There we go. How about now? All right, you should be able to hear me now. All right, sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know that it was not coming through there. Anyways, I'll say hello to everybody again since you missed all of the initial greetings. Ayor, Yamagami, Nathan, Simple Gamer, even Ashu dropping by. Reminding us not to miss out on Dragon's Dogma for only $5 on Steam. Awesome game. I've not played it, but hard to go wrong with $5. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I read all this for nothing. But anyways, right now we're about to decide whether to intercede in the crushing of a rebellion aboard the ship or to just let it go. And I think we're just going to let it go. Matter is not worth the rogue traders. Actually, we'll go with 5. I'm certain the Seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decisions for myself. Grow and preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Yeah, apparently it's on sale for only $5 on Steam. Lord Bovin. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll take the whole party with us. Oh, I didn't realize that. All hit chance above 95% is converted to additional critical hit chance. Nice. All right, let's see. What to choose? What to choose? All right, yeah, let's go ahead and take that if we haven't gotten that yet, and yeah, I was having some problems last stream or 2 streams ago with summoning. It's like, yeah, we're level 6. Let's summon a freaking corn bloodletter. This will go well. Yeah, plague bearers can be kind of nasty too, though. But I imagine you're at least sufficient level to probably handle it. All right, where was I? Right, Seneschal. Meh. There we go. Support features, maybe. Nah. Oh wow, you're already into Exemplar? So yeah, Plague Bearer should not mean much to you. So much melee. So much melee. It'd be nice to get one of these replaced. Maybe I need to be here. If Jay can get unsanctioned psyker powers, well, I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Been Ashu's been too hooked on killing dragons and cyclopses and etc. and Dragon's Dogma to have started Rogue Trader yet. Well, I'm sure eventually you'll get all the dragons and cyclopses and whatnot dead, and then you can start an RT playthrough. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this.
I always keep my options open.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Let us not dawdle. Rise to the top or get left in the dust. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Yep, we're here to see you. Hey, JP, what's up, my friend? What's up? It's going okay. It's going okay. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avrilla Event of the ship's enforcers is barring the path of a heavily built assault unit officer, and judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached a boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to this unrest and purge the sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission: the first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears, Abelard mutters in crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, the officer looming over her, or both. Your lordship. That's a me? What's the situation? Your lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. See, we encountered some locals on our way here. Their conduct was outrageous. They even tried to throw things at us. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and they decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. I'm sure the people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. Is that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of an officer's rank, Lieutenant Bent? Forgive me, Lord Captain. I will take steps to ensure such a thing does not happen again. Let me speak to the strikers. Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Isn't he supposed to be, the, ironclad? Is that what they're calling it? Ironclad? No. Iconoclast. Or Benevolentia, as it was called in, beta. Anyways. All right, where are these strikers at? Over here.
I always have a backup plan.
A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Our children are freezing. We've done nothing wrong, and we're being punished. For Depot 4! A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. The Lord Captain, you have come to us? We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out, as if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here. Like, like that one here with the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there are some people who have just had enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. The words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them reveal the news of the attack has shocked them. Alright, why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet! Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole bay for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling toward us. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace, without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? That gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? If it is something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said that they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for the amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off the dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine. I can tell you that. Seems to me the cultists have better commanders than us. Oh yeah. Those boots were really fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor, and when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers of the servo motor. Oh, I love that. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of the machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate that the commoners are performing the sacraments they are permitted to know. Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my 3rd little one. That is regrettable. But you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when the beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father, who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? You have anything to add, Abelard? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. What changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots of the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on the enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies and we'll talk to them, one lower deck to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want any empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the anointed one turns his back, those brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared to speak out. Well, let's see here. I like this one. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we'll consider the rest. Oh, Nan, listen, the Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old Nan. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. All right. And they're all happy. Look at that. We resolved it without bloodshed. Which feels kind of un-40k like, but whatever. It's done.
Let us not dawdle.
I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, the rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencius Protectorate? No, let's talk about your role in this instead. You allowed the revolt to happen, your actions practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There is a new Lord Captain aboard the ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. Abelard looks at you stunned and exhales loudly, then nods curtly. commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw the Lord Captain Theodora's deeds, the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I'd known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora trusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come from as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that have in the past been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out on the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Alright, fine. If they work, then they work. But this better be an aberration. I'm glad you see the value of the foundations laid by your illustrious predecessor. Why fix what isn't broken? As for me, I shall endeavor not to cause you any further consternation, Lord Captain. And now, please, let us leave for the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. Alright, well, there we go. Successfully
Rise to the top, or get
navigated,
left in the dust.
I guess. Well, we're definitely going more heretical, but instead of being secondarily imperial, I just think that we're leaning more secondarily iconoclastic. All right, now let's see if we can go find ourselves a navigator. If there are no more mutinies to deal with. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain box silence, perhaps due to Urak 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Alright, scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers of the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? Let's dock. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Alright, let's do it. Ooh, what the hell is that?
Pathetic.
All right.
Rogue. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. We have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Alright, so there's some kind of mutiny or something going on here. Tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Abelard, if you would be so kind. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Varginius von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronis Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that Nobilite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances of this station, his lordship, the rogue trader, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felic Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you did not arrive to offer support to the traders? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. The navigator looks at his guards and winces. The soldiers are quivering as if their tormented flesh were being flayed, yet they keep clutching their weapons. Provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Urak 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of the infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. Why would a keeper of the station command vile mutants condemned by the Emperor? The blame lies with Theobald Arcelio, the second keeper of Urak 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp on those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to an uninitiated, but I am going to try. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles, and have worn the veil between our world and the Immaterium thin and frail, at least here on the station. The ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living things. The servants were the first to fall victim to it. Oh, their bodies morphed, and the pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station, but I rallied the few who still followed the light to the golden throne to set things right. The Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet this station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door open wide. The suffocating grip of the Immaterium can be felt across the entire system. It is not surprising the veil grew thin here of all places. The Navis Nobilite can command the warp currents, but the use of their abilities wears down the barrier between the two worlds. I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterium has not yet affected your body and soul. With all due respect, I advise that you not remain at the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. You know what? I don't care about your mistress. I'm looking for a navigator, and you will do. You must be out of your mind to treat the Navis Nobilite like this. Don't even begin to hope that I will go quietly.
I'll make an example out of you.
None of you shall survive!
Alright. Doesn't seem like anything too crazy. You're gonna let me start over there? I like that. I feel like with a full party, this should be fairly easy. I want to say whenever I did this before in the beta, it was, well, not a full party that I had. All right, let's do it. Oh, you would run, you freaking...
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Well, I was planning on taking out Bellic first, but I guess we won't be doing that now that they're... Yeah, that's fine.
I'll make it happen. Don't let your guard down. It's as good as done. I'll see to another enemy down.
Oh, I love that increased crit chance. Love it.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
I've suffered worse.
Vengeance from the Swift.
Indeed. Target well struck. Victory is imminent.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all. Explorers know one route forward.
Eee, that's it.
Running binary override. The scriptural probability analysis
Nice.
successful.
Good job, Pascal.
As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it.
For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Alas, no.
Anything else? On it. Was it you? Or
Come on, take him out. Boom! Goodbye, Bellic. That was easy enough.
I'll make it happen. Consider this a taste of what's to come. Your end was inevitable.
Well, I guess that means we don't get our navigator, huh? Maybe I should have killed everybody else before Felix. I didn't think about that. Oh well. I'm sure we can find another.
I will do my duty.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Balance equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Goodbye. This can probably only be used by Cassia, I'm guessing. A little unfortunate, but oh well. Don't think there was any good armor there, but this, +5 to hit chance, +3% critical chance. I do like that. Now let's switch those out, and I don't really have a good candidate for this. I guess we'll put it on you.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
That wasn't so difficult.
Just as I planned. Keep your wits about you.
Mutant Trader, Mutant Commander.
I always have a backup plan. You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Purge them!
You know, seems like these should go down pretty easily. I guess we'll see. Oh, all right. Who better to go first than Argenta? What kind of range do we got on the? Damn. Not quite as good as I would like for it to be.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
There we go. How about that?
Life is a prayer.
Hell yes. Oh, gotta love Argenta with that flamer, yeah. Alright, let's just move her up here and.
I refuse.
Oh, it won't let us use that twice?
That is
Lame.
not the Emperor's will.
That's not where I should have gone then. Alright, let's go back over here. Fine.
Judgment.
Oh, damn. I did not realize that you all were there. That's a little bit unfortunate.
That is for the weak.
I'll make it happen.
Alright, you should be down whenever you burn. So I'm not too worried about you.
Request approved.
Forgot we had this arc rifle.
Advancing. Running binary override.
Of course. Flippin' phenomenal.
Didn't even flinch.
Anything else?
Rid of you.
High momentum.
The Emperor is on our side. Naturally, your reckoning is due.
Damn, we already got another level? That was quick. Of course, I guess the levels do come pretty quick here.
I feel the power surging. I'll put my psychic abilities to use. I won't object when I'm done with this one. But of course, Lord Captain. Get me a target. For the
Could have done
throne's
that
glory.
first.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call. Brace yourself, Abelard. Indeed.
Strike is a prayer.
There's somebody else left? Oh, that one way over there. Yeah, there's somebody else left. Damn it.
I am ready for whatever comes.
Will do.
I always
All right,
keep my
well done,
options
well done.
open.
That was fairly simple. Where the hell universal archetype and origin? Okay. I guess my origin talents are not available at this point, or for this level. A little bit unfortunate. care too much about that. We gotta take reckless strike. Here we go. This is the one that I want. We should be coming up on an axe or a hammer or something soon. Oh wait, I can get psi rating. Oh wow. Okay, let's take the psi rating. Didn't realize I could get psi rating already. But yeah, I guess we are level 10. Okay. Let's see here. So I don't think there are a whole lot of super great choices. All right, let's take Sworn Enemy. Yeah, that might actually be pretty good, actually. Take that. All right. Let's see. Found your first broken quest? Well, that sucks. Are you sure it's broken? Try this out, see if it's actually that good. Hey, what's up, Lunariah? Thanks for joining us. All right.
Let us not dawdle.
No, there's a bunch of stuff we need to collect for the puzzle that's downstairs or wherever it is.
Dust.
I believe that's the first one.
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
In his service, will they find strength and fortitude? Only thus will they turn...
The outcome I accept.
+5 bonus to persuasion. Do I even have anybody that's worth a damn at persuasion right now? Probably not. Well, Abelard's definitely the most persuasive at 39, which is not very good. Oh, there. We'll give you plus 44.
Is there money to be made?
I do believe we need that book, because I missed that book the first time I was here, and...
I always keep my options open.
What the hell are you doing? Protect the child! And dead. Good job. Probably put that on somebody else, huh?
Keep your wits about you.
That's a data crypt. Alright. Well, we'll use that.
Operation successful.
So that person was a traitor, it looks like. Let us awaken the cogitator's spirit. I'm recording blasphemy. The person found guilty of such cruelty to a noble mechanism must be sentenced to immediate destruction. Thank you, machine spirits, for allowing us access to the cogitator system. Open all the doors. The spirits of this sacred machine require special purification rituals in order to restore utilization of the lingua more familiar to the citizens of the Imperium requesting access to the device. Go for it. My humble prayers have satisfied the machine's requirements. Good job, Pascal. Let us open up the armory. I don't just want the armory open. Library, it's already opened. Adjacent compartment. Alright, so we can't open that one. Technical area is opened. Guard room. Already open. Laboratory. There we go. That's the one that we really needed open.
I always have a backup plan.
Well, it's gonna be fun reading these books and trying to figure out the puzzle again.
Let us not dawdle.
Yeah, I'm not sure being in there is safe.
This exploratory is blessed with multifunctionality.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Good night, Yomagami. Thanks for hanging out. I heard, Lunariah, that was just a bug, though. Now, I don't know if Alcat's confirmed that it's a bug or if it's just been speculated that it's a bug because it's too powerful. But it does seem like there's a pretty good chance that it's either fixed if it is a bug or patched out if it's just too powerful, because it seems like it. All right. Bonus willpower to warp lore. I don't really have anybody with a warped lore. Actually, we'll probably put that on Cassia whenever we get her. She'll be our lore warpist.
Let us not dawdle.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's a useful bug, but you know, some people prefer to just kind of stay away from bugs like that. You know, some people find it exploitative, or they don't want their build to be wrecked in the middle of their playthrough whenever it gets fixed, or, you know, whatever.
My knowledge has its limits.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Searching is my observance.
Ripper auto pistol, huh? There we go. Mutated flesh sample. I do believe that's one of the ones we need.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, more willpower means more damage, and more stacks means more damage, so I can see how they're pretty busted together. I guess maybe if you want an easy, highest difficulty playthrough, you just try to run through with using that before they patch it.
Keep your wits about you.
Would be pretty awesome to be able to play as a navigator. I kind of understand why it's not possible, but Just having a navigator in the party is awesome. Friggin' love Cassia, even if she wasn't overpowered, like even outside of how powerful she is. I think she's just a great character.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, now it's about to be time to read and try to figure out how the hell to do this. Unfortunately, it's been like 6 months since I did it, so I do not remember. Well, damn, I think we missed something somewhere, because pretty sure there's supposed to be 3 things that you can put into the transducer. Well, let's see if we can't figure this out. Okay, so I think we're not using this one. Okay, so it looks like we have corrupted flesh or something. Phylactery of blood. Mutated flesh. Definitely feel like we're missing some. Oh wait, navigator flesh sample. Yeah, that's. I think I'm missing a flesh sample. That might be it. Let me go see what I can find. Don't see anything else in here.
There's no dawdle.
Oh, right there. Still, I don't think that's the right flesh sample. I think we need another flesh sample still.
Always keep your eye on the price. Is there money to be made? I always have a backup
mutant.
plan.
Mutant flesh sample? Damn. No. I was hoping so. That would have been nice.
Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle. Always keep your eye on the price. Is there money to be made?
Maybe I'm not missing another flesh sample. Definitely not sure where it would be.
I always keep my options open. Keep your wits about you.
Oh wait, could that be it? Maybe that is it. No, I mean, I think the meteorite chunk is one of the
Let
things
us
we can
not
grind
dawdle.
down, but I think it's one of the worthless things.
I always have a backup plan. Is there money to be made?
Okay, let's see here. I feel like there was one more note maybe that we're missing too. No, it's just talking about Cassia. Alright, well, we're not going to finish this. I feel like we've wasted enough time on it.
Rise to the top, or
We're just gonna go get Cassia.
Dust.
Not sure what I missed or where I missed it, but oh well.
Keep your wits about you.
Well, I solved it before during the beta, and I have a video for it, but I
always keep my
obviously
options
can't
open.
go watch the video right now while I'm on here, so we're just gonna leave it alone.
I always get the job done. Always keep your eye on the prize.
I appreciate the offer, but we'll be good. We'll be good.
Let us not dawdle. I always have a backup plan.
All right, let's go see Cassia. What didn't we... we need to...
Is there money to be made?
Are we supposed to insert the control rod here to turn the power on? Or were we supposed to go back to that machine with the control rod? Yeah, maybe we were
That's how
supposed to do
it's
that.
done. I always keep my options open.
There we go. Now we should be able to go to it.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, what the hell?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What the hell was that? That scared me.
Just as I planned. Let us not dawdle. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stand with their arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from the station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Ow, 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 ow! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! I am registering abnormal activity in my tear ducts. The salt being produced by my body may negatively affect the performance of my respiratory apparatus. The vulnerability must be rectified. It has been logged. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. By the Emperor, if you do not stop your sorcery immediately, I will shoot you in the head. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound, similar to both a sob and a howl of the small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? I'm looking for a navigator to join my crew. You look like you'll do. I? Cassia blinks in surprise as her pointed nails reach for the jewel in her forehead. I'm afraid I cannot respond to such an unexpected... What is this? I feel faint. Heinrich jerks abruptly, as if he intends to dash forward, but someone else is quicker. Theobald Orselio. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs, his eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child. Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring down the wrath of House Orselio upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain, this one's deranged. It's making the Whispers shriek like crazy. You might just open up that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. I mean you no harm. I came to seek the navigator's aid. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix service. So who are you? Virginius von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aranto, acting head of House Orselio in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. Fine, it's done. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Cassia shall come with me. Good, that is good. But do allow us to say our proper farewells. Theobald coughs up more bluish blood. It stains the armor plate on his chest, but he remains standing.
My mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
Yes, Lunaraya, precious. Precious. For she is so naive. She is such a moldable piece of clay that she shall be easy to turn to the gods of chaos. That makes her precious indeed.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment.
This is my home.
Please, child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house, and let those thoughts bring you strength.
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to House Orselio at the earliest opportunity. Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself, and it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Who to rid ourselves of? I think it's got to be Abelard. No, it's got to be Heinrich. Sorry, Heinrich. You're going the way of the dodo. I do not need a freaking Inquisitor around me constantly, watching and hearing everything that I do and say. So yeah, Heinrich, goodbye. Agreed, Lunariah. Yeah, the Inquisitor had to go. At first, I was just thinking in terms of kind of like mechanics, and then it's like, wait a minute, think about this more rationally. It's like, it's got to be the Inquisitor.
Is there money to be made?
Well, no combat to be had here. Let's see. We got to level her like 30 times. Is this the same as the staff that we picked up earlier? Probably. Yeah, they're the same. Armored body glove. Do I have anything better than that I might want you to wear? All right, 7 levels for her. She has so many things to choose from. It's too many things. It's too many things, it is. Go ahead and take this for now. Okay, feel like we're gonna take that. Interesting. Seems like it could be worth it. But yeah, we're gonna take this for now. Kinda like that one. Waking Nightmare is so good. Yeah, I think I used that one before. Yeah, in beta. It is nice to yeah, I think we're gonna go with Notch of Purpose. Okay, let's see here. Wow, that actually seems really good. I feel like I want to take that. Does have a pretty good perception. Okay, we're gonna take that. I feel like that's pretty good. Maybe this tonicity is pretty good, maybe. Sorry, this is taking a little while, but there's a lot to freaking consider here. I think we're gonna take that. We'll let her be our persuasionist. Finest hour. Yeah, we're taking that. Immunity to death? Yes, please. Okay, I think we're finally ready. No, that took frickin' forever, but there's a hell of a lot to consider there.
I always have a backup plan.
Yep, let us loot this place before we go.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. Always keep your eye on the prize.
We're getting up to some fairly respectable numbers of hit points. Pascal and Argenta and Adira. I was gonna say Cassia has more hit points than anybody, but yeah, I guess with the mind over matter ability that we took, that actually kind of makes sense.
Let us not dawdle. Keep your wits about you.
Sorry, I couldn't pass up on the no death. Like that just, or being unable to die. That's just too good. I'm just gonna use that and send my guy out there into the middle of 10 of them. Jay cannot get unsanctioned psyker. Well, at least now you know. We all know. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Not even looking at the boxcaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then lowering her lashes slightly turns to you. What do you wish to speak about? Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. Amnalia, thank you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in the wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints that you have on board, but no red. Alright, fine. The necessary supplies shall be delivered. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me if you can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is open. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. No more colony projects. Always good. Always good. All right. Initiating communion ritual. You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard. Then the stifled gasp of Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of blood on canvas, and the faint whisper of a brush. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No. Of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone! My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Soul-shredding screams drown out the box transmission. The servants in the sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Urak 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disruptions affecting Urak 5 twisted the bodies and minds of the attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. The navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. I would also like to remind you that Governor Medina is still waiting to talk to you in his command center. I still have business in the system. Inform the governor he will have to wait. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Didn't we do the elevator? I thought we did the elevator. Oh well. If we didn't, we didn't. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Please, you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
See, you're fond of reading?
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course, although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works. One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
You satisfied?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Frightened by her own words.
Beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
I'm beginning to think, Lady Cassia, that the feelings I have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy.
Lord Captain? So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all around you. It is a veritable ocean of emotions. There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words. Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing. Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave? Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Really? Then the book that she just told me to look at is the one that's sitting on the table? Interesting. Anyways, it's getting, not really getting that late, but I do have to go help get the kids off to bed and all that. So I think we're going to go ahead and end here. Next stream, we will probably finish, or we'll at least try to finish Act 1. We'll go to Ricati Filia, which should be quick and easy. And then I believe we'll have one more go to Ricad Minoris. I don't know. We probably won't finish Act 1, but we'll be well on our way to finishing it, and probably stream after next we'll get it finished. Anyways, thanks everybody for showing up, for hanging out. Don't forget to hit those like and sub buttons. They really do help us out. Appreciate everybody who is liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. Anyways, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Lunaraya, Nathan, Simple Gamer, JP, Ashu, Igor, Lord Bovin, any and everybody else that has just been lurking or hanging out, or whatever. Definitely good stuff. Appreciate the support, and we'll try to be back again tomorrow night, hopefully a little bit earlier, but we'll see. This has been Lunaraya says, I'm not sure if I've ever successfully started a romance with her or not, now that you see how it's going. I've never tried to start a romance with her, but I feel like maybe I can romance her and sweet talk her into coming to the dark side, so to speak. That might be cool, but I didn't want to be like too over the top and blatant with it, so that's why I was a little bit reserved in some of the answers. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see it. Anyways, thanks, Lunaraya. We'll catch you later. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.